Lesson 10.4, angles in standard position. This lesson is called coterminal angles. In a coordinate plane, an angle can be formed by fixing one ray called the initial side right here and rotating the other ray this way like this, called the terminal side, about the vertex. An angle is in standard position if its vertex is at the origin and the initial side is on the positive side of the x-axis. Draw an angle with the given measure in standard position. So as you can see, we have 240 degrees. So we start here, this is our initial side, our initial ray, and we go around, we go to 90, we go to 180, and 240 is going to be 60 degrees more. Right about here, that's about 240 degrees. Now 500 degrees, we have to go around, starting here, once around the circle, that's 360 degrees, and then another 140 to make 500 degrees. So this right here would be 500 degrees, and let me use a different color pen to show that 140 degrees would have given us the same angle, the same terminal side. And how do we do a negative angle? Negative degrees actually goes the other direction. So instead of counterclockwise, we're going clockwise down to about 50 degrees, negative 50 degrees. So here we have a screen copy of the answer key, which is basically the same thing that we did. Coterminal angles. In example 1, the angles 500 and 140 are coterminal because their terminal sides coincide. An angle coterminal with a given angle can be found by adding or subtracting multiples of 360. That's a big part of today's lesson. So like we said, the 500 and the 140 are coterminal because we end up at the same spot, right? 500 goes around more than one time, ends right here, and 140 degrees also ends right here. So let's go ahead and find one positive angle and one negative angle that are coterminal with negative 45 degrees and B 395 degrees. So let's start off by drawing negative 45 degrees. There we go. Now negative 45 degrees, in order to find one positive angle that's coterminal, we're simply going to add 360 degrees to that, and we end up with 315 degrees. As you can see, if we went this way, this would be 180, 270, and then 315 would put us coterminal with negative 45. Now let's go ahead and find a negative coterminal angle. Let's go ahead and subtract 360. This would give us negative 405 degrees. And as you can see, if we went negative 405 degrees, we would go negative 360 once around the circle, and an additional negative 45 to give us negative 405, which would be coterminal. Now over here, let's do 395. So notice that 395 degrees is already greater than a full circle. So I'm going to subtract 360 to find the positive coterminal angle. And let's draw 395 first. It's one time around is 360, and then another 35 degrees is right about here. So as you can see, 360 is a full circle, then another 35 gives us 395, but if we only started with 35 degrees, we'd end up coterminal, 35 degrees. And now let's find the negative coterminal, 395 degrees. Now we know that if we subtract 360, we end up in the positive. So we need to subtract 360 twice. In other words, we need to subtract 720. And 395 minus 720 is negative 325. Negative 325 degrees. So if we went negative 325, we go all the way over to here. That's negative 270. Then additional 55 would give us negative 325. So that's coterminal. All right. Convert the following degrees to radians. As you recall, we want to convert degrees to radians by using the pi over 180 degrees conversion. So we multiply, we subtract out, or not subtract, we cancel out the degrees. We end up with 30 pi over 180 degrees, which is really pi over 6. Over here, degrees cancel the degrees. We end up with pi over 4. And 60 degrees is pi over 3. And 90 degrees is pi over 2. Radians. These are all radians. Now the important thing is to realize that in this full circle we have degrees, but we also have all of these radians. Now these angles are very, very important, so we eventually need to memorize these, but not yet. So we found 30 degrees, which was pi over 6. There's pi over 4, there's pi over 3, and there's pi over 2. Okay, so there you have it. Quick and easy lesson. Good luck to you.